The first thing I want you to know about writing the introduction for your paper is that the information for the introduction will come from the facts you gathered on your quote gathering page. Things like the capital city, form of government, currency, anything else you wanted that might work well, just to give a basic overview of your country. Okay, it's all fair game, all right? Now, I have here, ignore all the extra writing, I have here an example of what the introduction and the beginning of the paper will actually look like, okay? What I mean by that is, in MLA 8th format, we have this interesting little header, we have all this information over here, we have a title, okay? And then I'm having you put in category thingamabobs, an introduction, yada, 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 yada. And then let me talk for just a second about thesis statements, and then I'll show you one more example, okay? As I set up this particular paragraph about Turkey, I talked just a little bit about the history, and then I said, hey, you know, Turkey's really old, so they, the Turks, have had time to develop an extremely rich culture. And then here is my actual thesis statement. Indeed, the culture of Turkey is a lively and fascinating blend of customs and values which affect personal interactions, food, architecture, poetry, folktales, and other literature. So as you can see, the thesis statement for an informational paper like this really is just a list of your subtopics. That's it, okay? So in this case, I went from, the logic of it was they have a rich culture, and the culture includes these particular things, all right? Now, my online students, you guys did not do anything besides poetry. We will do folktales, but you can leave out this other literature part. In fact, I need to cross that out on the one that I'm going to scan. So you will actually have 5 subtopics. Okay, the 3 that you chose, and then poetry that you've already done, and folktales. Okay, a list of 5. Now, all of this formatting, okay, is explained in the set of instructions that look like this. Okay, and again, I tried to do it very checklist-like. Put your cursor here, write this. Get out of the header. Here's the information you need. Add your title, make sure it's centered. So it walks you through very nicely how to create that introduction, okay? The only thing I need to change is to take out the novel, because I didn't have you guys do that. Okay, so now I have another example here of just the introductory paragraph, not the formatting. And I want to read this one and make 2 more points, okay? So think to yourself, you are now writing an introduction about your country. You may want to start with geography, kind of where it's located in the world, what continent it's on, is it a big country, is it a small country? I chose to start my one about Russia by saying, hey, Russia's the largest country in the world in terms of landmass. Due to its northern location, it doesn't indeed experience cold temperatures, with a winter average at minus 10 degrees Celsius, but the summers can get as high as 35 degrees Celsius in the southern parts. And I got those particular statistics from an online article called Basic Facts Climate. This was from a website title, so it doesn't have it didn't have an author. Okay. Now notice, I had very specific facts, the exact temperatures, so it needs to be cited. Okay. But if you have just basic information about your country, its capital, its type of government, you can find that information anywhere, and you do not need to cite it. Okay, we just call that common knowledge about the country. Now, can you think of maybe starting your introduction that way? What if your country is Italy? Italy is a boot-shaped country located in the southern part of Europe. It sticks out into the Mediterranean Sea with a large coastline. Its climate is blah, blah, blah. Yeah, something like that. I went on to talk about the government. Its governmental form is known as a federal presidential republic, and the executive power is shared by both a president and a prime minister, common knowledge. The president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, has been in power since 2000, 21 years now, although the parliament has voted that future presidents can serve no longer than 12 years. When Putin took over the presidency, he was faced by an economy still struggling to transition from a communist to capitalist system. Since then, the economy has stabilized, and Russia has emerged as a leader of oil and natural gas production. To further boost the economy, Putin has recently launched a multi-billion-dollar investment into nanotechnology. Wow, that's pretty specific, okay? So I did indeed cite this one. It comes from a website called Basic Facts Economy. Currently, Moscow is home to the third largest number of billionaires. There are 73 billionaires there, behind New York and Hong Kong. I got that from an online article by Forbes. This is not surprising, as Russia has a long tradition of achievement. Okay, so you can see I just threw in a bunch of facts right in a row, not big enough to merit their own paragraph, but a lot of basic facts. And now I need to have that thesis statement. Yes, I do. Okay, I need just a simple sentence that lists my subtopics. Now, the way that I set this one up is kind of nice. Look how graceful this is going to be. Hey, we've got a lot of billionaires. This is not surprising, as Russia has a long tradition of achievement. What if I said something like this? I'll do it like this. This achievement includes successes in the areas of, now for my particular paper, my 3 subtopics that I chose are art, athletics, science, and then of course add poetry and add folktales. There's your 5 subtopics, period. That's how it works. Okay, so try and be graceful and lead into it, but really what you need is a sentence that just says your list of 5 subtopics. Okay, I also need to have you learn how to cite your book. I think I'll make that a separate little assignment in case there's any book facts that you want to cite in there. Other than that, tell you what, if you just listen to that video and read, listen to me go through that, would you please, in the text box, in the actual assignment, I want you to write down the word. How about Putin? How about the president of Russia? Yep, that's it, just Putin. Write down his name. That's a word that's kind of, it's a topic's kind of special to me. I was in Russia when he was elected in the year 2000, and I taught English to 13-year-olds. And I was asking the kids one day, what did you see on TV? And one of the little kids piped up and he said, I saw a Putin. And it cracked me up, we don't put an before proper nouns. You saw Putin. No, I saw a Putin. It was hilarious. And that will indicate that you indeed listened to the video and got my instructions. Now, to write the introduction then, you'll follow this, and then I'll do one more little assignment that will have you cite your book, and we'll be in good shape. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.